Machiavelli's teachings, the ruthless pursuit of power. Niccolò Machiavelli, the 16th-century Italian philosopher, strategist, and political theorist, remains one of history's most controversial and influential thinkers. His seminal works, The Prince and the Art of War, have been studied, debated, and secretly applied by rulers, generals, CEOs, and power seekers for centuries. Unlike traditional moral philosophers, Machiavelli did not concern himself with how leaders should behave in an ideal world. Instead, he focused on how they must act to seize power, maintain control, and crush opposition in the real world, where betrayal, violence, and deception are the rules of the game. At the heart of Machiavelli's philosophy is a single brutal truth. Power is the ultimate currency, and morality is often its greatest obstacle. He rejected the notion that leaders should govern by Christian virtues such as mercy, kindness, or fairness. In his view, a ruler who prioritizes being good over being effective will inevitably be overthrown by those who are more ruthless. His famous line, "It is better to be feared than loved if you cannot be both," encapsulates this mindset. Fear, he argued, is a far more reliable tool for control than affection, because while love can waver, fear is enforced through punishment and the threat of consequences. Machiavelli's teachings can be distilled into several core principles, each designed to help a leader dominate their environment. The ends justify the means. Machiavelli's most infamous doctrine is that morality must never interfere with the pursuit of power. If lying, manipulation, or even violence secures stability and control, then they are not just acceptable, they are necessary. He admired leaders like Cesare Borgia, who used deception and brutality to consolidate power, because they understood that hesitation leads to weakness, and weakness leads to downfall. The fox and the lion. A ruler, Machiavelli wrote, must embody two creatures, the fox, to detect and evade traps, and the lion, to intimidate and destroy enemies. The fox relies on cunning, diplomacy, and strategic deception, while the lion uses sheer force to eliminate threats. The most successful leaders know when to switch between these roles, charming allies one moment, crushing dissent the next. Control through perception. Machiavelli understood that reality matters less than appearances. A ruler does not need to be virtuous, only to seem virtuous. Public image is a weapon. By appearing pious, generous, or just, a leader can mask their true ruthlessness. This is why tyrants stage elections, why corporations preach ethics while exploiting workers, and why politicians perform acts of charity before making ruthless decisions. Crush enemies completely. One of Machiavelli's most ruthless lessons is that if you strike an opponent, you must annihilate them so thoroughly that they can never retaliate. Half measures breed resentment and future rebellions. Historical figures like Stalin, who systematically eliminated rivals, and business magnates like Rockefeller, who bankrupted competitors, applied this principle with chilling efficiency. 5. Adapt or die. Machiavelli warned that fortune controls half of human affairs, but the other half is in our hands. The greatest leaders do not wait for opportunity, they create it. They exploit chaos, manipulate circumstances, and bend the rules to their will. In modern terms, this is the difference between those who follow trends and those who set them. 6. Fear over love. While being loved is desirable, Machiavelli argued that fear is far more effective for maintaining power. People will betray a kind leader the moment it benefits them, but they will hesitate to cross someone who has shown they will retaliate without mercy. This is why authoritarian regimes use public executions, why corporations enforce strict penalties, and why even in social dynamics, those who command respect through intimidation often rise to the top. 7. The necessity of war and deception. In The Art of War, Machiavelli expanded on Sun Tzu's ideas, emphasizing that true power comes not just from battlefield strength, but from psychological dominance. The best conquerors win before the fighting even begins, through propaganda, alliances, and sowing discord among enemies. Modern examples include information warfare, corporate espionage, and political smear campaigns. Conclusion: the uncomfortable truth. Machiavelli's teachings are not for the faint of heart. They reveal a world where power is taken, not given, where survival demands ruthlessness, and where the good often finish last. Whether in politics, business, or personal ambition, those who understand and apply his principles will always have an advantage over those who cling to idealism. The question is not whether Machiavelli was right or wrong, it's whether you are willing to do what it takes to win. Because in the game of power, the only rule that matters is this: victory belongs to those who refuse to lose.